Thank you so much, Angela, who was there for us live in New York. And let's bring in our movie guru, Jason Jabba Davis. Jabba, so sad. He, of course, had a stellar career, and he was a real chameleon, wasn't he? He just became the character.
It's interesting, Mon. I think one of the things about him was he had a lot. You talk about a lot of actors having presence. He seemed to have an absence. So when he was on screen, you're always wondering, what is that guy doing? Why am I so drawn to every single nuance that he's portraying on screen? And he did certainly inhabit the characters that he portrayed, and a lot of them were very troubled characters. So it kind of isn't that surprising that he's someone that's battled drug addiction. You can see from the footage there that his weight has gone up and down over the years, and that's often another sign of someone struggling with addiction, you know, addiction to food and to sugar and that kind of thing. You know, Boogie Nights was the first time that we really saw this guy and really paid attention to him, where he played the gay boom operator Scotty, who falls for Dirk Diggler, played by Mark Wahlberg. He had so many roles in between: The Big Lebowski, Patch Adams, Happiness, Magnolia. He blitzed Matt Damon and Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow in The Talented Mr. Ripley. He played Lester Bangs in Almost Famous before playing Truman Capote, winning the Oscar for Best Actor, where, ironically, given his untimely death and the circumstances around it, he was up against Heath Ledger, who had Brokeback Mountain. They went up against each other again in 2008, where Ledger was awarded posthumously for his role in The Dark Knight and Hoffman lost for his role in Doubt. And I think there's going to be some parallels drawn between the two guys. They both passed away from drug overdoses in New York City shortly after wrapping work on enormously successful film franchises. For Ledger, it was the Batman trilogy, and for Hoffman, it's been the Hunger Games.
And another real sad side to this is he's left his wife behind and his 3 kids, which he, by the interviews with her, they clearly loved him with his complete world.
Yeah, exactly. So I imagine there'll be speculation as to whether this was an overdose or an accident. You know, what his mental state was leading into this, having just wrapped on the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of shock and a lot of surprise, because he would not be the type to, you know, deliberately take his own life, whether it's an accidental overdose.
Are we going to see him in the upcoming series and releases of The Hunger Games? Has that stuff been shot?
Yeah, the majority of his stuff has been done. Lionsgate, the film company, the studio, were very quick to get out and say we're saddened by this loss, but the film release will go ahead as scheduled for November this year for Mockingjay, and then part 2 for the following November next year.
So sad. Thanks, Jabba, for coming in.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Cheers.